Russian adverbs ещё and УЖЕ. What's the difference between them? You are going to find out today. In this video lesson, you will learn about a common mistake that students make when using these adverbs. I'm Anastasia and you are watching the ARusPro channel. Let's achieve Russian proficiency. Before we actually learn what the difference is between ещё and УЖЕ, let's take a look at the adverb ещё, because it has two meanings actually, and it can be translated into English by two different words. So, the first meaning of ещё is more or adding something. For example, I can say «У меня есть маркер». У меня есть маркер. У меня есть ещё маркер. У меня есть ещё маркер. И ещё маркер. So every time I add a marker, I say ещё маркер, like plus one. Now, I can also say у меня есть маркер, а ещё у меня есть ручка. А ещё, and also I have a pencil. А ещё у меня есть карандаш. А ещё у меня есть ластик. So this time I used the conjunction а before ещё because I'm moving to a different item. Each time I move to a different item. So the conjunction а, if you haven't seen my lesson on it, please click the link in the info cards above. And we are moving to the sentences. So, the first example is a dialogue. Let's read it. Мы с друзьями в выходные едем жарить шашлыки. Ты поедешь? А кто там будет? Петя, Вася, Маша. А кто еще? Может быть, Антон с Наташей. О, нет, тогда не поеду. So this line goes like this. А кто еще? So who else will be there? Петя, Вася, Маша and еще. А еще? Кто еще? And obviously this person doesn't want to see Anton and Natasha. Right, so ещё is also used in some very common phrases. For example, when you want to ask for more food, for example, you had already a plate of soup or something else, and you want to ask your wife for more. I want more. You can say «Можно ещё?» Can I have some more? This phrase. A bit more. Ещё немного. And finally, ещё раз. One more time or once again. This is a very useful phrase because when you speak to someone in Russian and you didn't hear what the person said or you didn't understand quite well, you can say ещё раз, пожалуйста. So this way you ask them to repeat what they just said. Also, this is a title of a song that every Russian knows. This song was performed by a very famous singer and actor, Vladimir Vysotsky, and this song is sung in a very popular film, Soviet film, which is called Иван Васильевич меняет профессию. Or in English, they translated the title as Ivan Vasilievich Back to the Future. So the plot is the following. A Soviet scientist creates a time machine and a few of his friends accidentally get into the past. So they get stuck in the past in the times of Ivan the Terrible. And the Tsar, Ivan the Terrible, finds himself in Moscow in the present day, well, in the Soviet times. He finds himself in a Soviet apartment, the apartment of this scientist who created the time machine, And everything is new to him in this apartment, right? He's from the past. Everything is unknown. Everything is weird. And one of the things that he finds there, which is very weird for him, is a tape recorder that he accidentally switches on. And this song, ЕЩё раз, starts playing. So, let us see this excerpt of the movie and look at his reaction. So this was the first meaning of ЕЩё. Now we are moving to the difference between ЕЩё and УЖЕ. Literally, ЕЩё is translated as yet or still, and УЖЕ is translated as already. However, these two adverbs are not 100% equivalent with the English words. So, to understand how these two adverbs work in Russian, you will have to turn on your visual thinking, and I'm going to show it to you. Imagine that time is a train that is moving in one direction. So this is a timeline, and this is our train. Each carriage of the train is some event, some happening. And we all, as people, we are moving in the same direction, right? We are living our lives and we are moving in this direction where the time is going. So, each of us goes through different events in life, through different happenings. For example, this carriage corresponds to the moment where you become a parent, so when your child is born. And this person is already here, so he already became a parent. It's УЖЕ, so he reached this point in time. This person is only just moving to this point, so he didn't reach it yet, right? So this is ЕЩё. Now let's look at how it works in a dialogue, in our speech. У вас уже есть дети? Да, у нас уже есть. А у вас? У нас еще нет. So, these two adverbs, now you have the idea of what we as Russian speakers have behind these words. And now I'm going to tell you about the most confusing point and the mistake that nearly every student makes when they start studying these two adverbs. So, let's move on to that. To see this tricky place, let's read the first example. Ты уже смотрел новости сегодня? Нет, еще не смотрел. А что? So in the first question, we use уже because we want to know if this person has already reached this point in time where he or she watched the news. In Russian, we will always use уже in this type of questions. In English, you can ask, have you seen it yet? Or have you watched it yet? Have you bought it yet? Right? You use yet in such questions. You also use already, but if I'm not mistaken, yet is more common. So that is why you please don't get tied to literal translations, because if you translate yet, you will have ещё, but in this context, it's not the case. We use уже. So please always have this image in your head, the image of a timeline, of the train. The time is going in one direction and we are moving along. And we reach some points in time sooner or later. So if we have reached them, it's уже. If we haven't, it's ещё. Now, ещё and уже can be used with the past tense. So here we have the past tense verb смотрел. They can only be used with the present tense. Джон говорит по-русски? Ничего себе! That's the phrase to express your surprise. Wow! Ничего себе! Я не знала. I didn't know that. Он уже хорошо говорит. Is he already good? Does he speak good already? Еще нет. Not yet or still he's not very good. Но уже хорошо понимает. So he already reached this point where he can understand quite well. But he doesn't speak well yet. Еще нет. Next example. Дети. Вы еще играете? A mom can ask. Are you still playing? Дети, вы еще играете? Вам давно пора спать. So it's high time you were in bed already. So here еще is in fact translated as still. So you see, these adverbs can have more than one translation. That is why don't get tied to the translation, have the image in your mind. If you want to understand how well you got this idea, please make your own sentences with ЕЩё and УЖЕ. But don't just make them, put them in the comments below so that I can check them and let you know if you are correct, if you understood it correctly. So please do it, and this way you will achieve your proficiency eventually. So remember that language can change your life, and I'll see you in the next video.